Okay, today we'll be installing a NuTone bathroom vent. It's model number 695, and it's pretty plug and play. Has I believe it's a 3-inch vent, plugs in power. It's kind of noisy. It's noisier than my previous vent, but it was a cheap, I don't know, less than $30, and at Home Depot. So it was a quick purchase. It comes with a box. You could choose to install it without the box, but I chose to remove the box and install the new one because the old one would not fit. So it's just a plastic fan, and here's the vent with a damper or a door that opens and closes for outer air, and you basically plug it into the black socket that you see over there after connecting the wires. This is a grill, nice and clean compared to my existing one, which is very dirty. Again, as mentioned, I bought it at Home Depot. So let's go take a look at my existing vent where I have it, and I'm removing my existing one, which is right here. And it is, as you can see, dirty. It's almost the same size, but off a little bit. If you look at the grill, this is the grill that was there before. It's extremely dirty. It's held in place by these hangers, and even the new one is held in place by these, I don't know, spring caps. For safety, you will need goggles, especially because all the dirt was going to fall out, and gloves. Anyway, after removing the vent, I'm unplugging the power to the fan. As mentioned earlier, make sure the power is off and all that. I realized that I need to remove the box anyway, the one that's inside, and also it's not the vent that goes outside the house wasn't secure. It came apart. Here I am removing the staple that is used to hold the the box in place. Kind of crappy. Well, you know, the installer did it just using a staple on both sides. I don't know why they don't use a screw. I'm using a screw to secure it back up. Sorry, my camera just fell. But basically, this is it. I've, you know, when you unplug it, I'm sorry, when you unstaple it or unscrew it, whatever, it comes off. And obviously that's the electrical line that's there for the fan. And the aluminum foil stuff is the spring cover vent that is used to take the dirty air and the moisture out of the house. Again, you know, you could put a bigger one. You just have to cut your sheetrock, but you could put a bigger one if you want to, a less noisier one. But I just went with the same size, and this one is much noisier than my previous one. But I believe it does a good job in terms of getting rid of the moisture and whatnot. Anyway, once you remove the staple, you can pretty much see the vent that is there below, and this is how the wires are connected. Obviously, there's 3 wires. If you don't know how to do electrical work, you know, don't do it. Get an electrician. And like I said, you may not have to do the electrical work if yours is just, you know, you're going to snap it into the existing one. But I decided to change the electrical wires. I needed to, here I'm removing whatever casing that's holding the grommet. Obviously, you have ground wire, you have hot wire, and then you have neutral. Hot wire is black in this case, and neutral is white. Again, I cannot stress, I do, you know, even though I do have the switch off in the bathroom, I also suggest that you shut the power off just in case you don't electrocute yourself. This was a pain to remove the old wiring. Again, you may or may not have to do this depending on you know, how yours is, if you plan on reusing the box and everything. But I felt this is about 16, 17 years old. It's pretty filthy, and as I said, the vent thing was not done properly. So I decided, you know what, let me just change the whole thing. Actually, I had to go to Lowe's or Home Depot, wherever, multiple times for this. I needed to put new, well, I needed to get duct tape. I couldn't find one. That's one thing. I needed to put new the foil vent. I don't know what you call it. I need to go buy that one. And I also needed to get an electrical box because I did not feel too crazy about, the way these people did it. The way this install was done was just to stick in the wire and squash everything off to the corner. In the new one, there is no corner. So anyway, I decided not to do that. So here what I've done is I have removed, obviously, the old fan. And as you can see, the electrical wires hanging loose. I have them separated. Now I'm removing the plastic. It's just held in by duct tape, but the plastic bracket that's used to connect the fan to the aluminum vent, the flexible vent, and anyway, it was a mess. And so I think I just removed it or cut it, and a bunch of stuff came off, and whatever. Anyway, the vent thing, you can get it at, if you need to install one, you can get it at Home Depot or whatever. It was a pain in the ass to cut it. And you need some kind of a metal stripper. I just went back and forth, and it took a long time to cut the metal ring that's inside it. Again, maybe you can find different ones that don't use metal or plastic, that use plastic, and they can cut easily. Anyway, as you can see, I removed the entire foil that was there. I couldn't cut it, and then the pipe that you see there in the middle is the pipe that's used to go outside the house. I bought new foil, as you can see here, that I'm showing. And I cut it down to size. I already connected it to the box, and it's just using regular duct tape. I connected it to the box, and then here I'm connecting the foil to the vent that goes outside the house. I believe mine is a 3-inch diameter. Yours may be different. You may have 2.5. You may have 4-inch. So you have to measure what yours is, inside after you open it. And again, you may not have to do all this. Mine I would say is probably the worst case, where I'm putting in pretty much kind of new wiring, new box, new flexible vent. So it's more work than I thought that I would have to do. I thought it would be as simple as just unplugging the old fan and plugging the new fan back in, but it's a lot more, it was a lot more work than that. So here I am duct taping the flexible vent to the vent that goes outside the house. You may want to secure it with additional, duct tape. Also, you want to clean it before you put the duct tape, because there's a lot of debris and stuff like that, and dirt and dust, whatnot. So the duct tape will not adhere properly. So it's a good idea to clean it before putting the one on. Also, it depends on all this insulation, what you have in your attic. I had a lot of insulation, and I had to sit on on a makeshift kind of a wooden board for me to rest my knees. Having knee pads does help, but it was quite a bit of work to put this all together, because I had to do a lot more work than I thought I would have to. Here I am, continuing to put the tape on the vent. Not really doing a good job because of I can't reach that far, and plus there's not much room. So I have two things against me in putting this together. I did go up to the attic again just to make sure everything is still secure and it was secure. So it would be a good idea to check afterwards to make sure that things are secure. Okay, anyway, right now I have screwed in. I'm just showing that I'm going to screw in over there. And plus, as you can see, there's gap on both sides, right? As you can see, there's gap on. I'm just showing that I'm going to screw in the bolts in there. I just got some screws and decided to stick it in. But there's a gap in the sheetrock that needs to get addressed, and you want to make sure that the insulation goes back. Those are the 3 wires for the connection. So here what I'm doing is I'm just putting insulation tape around the opening of the sheetrock. Again, you can get this at Home Depot or Lowe's, wherever you go. So this insulation tape helped me cover the open sheetrock that I had below, because it was not the right size. If I had more time, maybe I would have recut the sheetrock. Maybe I would have gotten a bigger one. I don't know. But anyway, I I'm using that weather stripping insulation to cover up the hole in the sheetrock, and I put it on, all three sides just to close that up and make sure nothing comes in from the attic or cold air coming in from the attic. That's always a possibility. So I did this to prevent the cold air from coming in from the attic. And once once you do that, hopefully you should be secure. Also, be careful of the insulation, the pink insulation. I thought I was wearing a mask. I think I was wearing a mask initially, and then I took it off, one of those respirator masks. So those would be good to have, the respirator masks, and perhaps also wearing full sleeves so that the fiberglass does not scrape against your arm and cause some rash to happen. But it'd be a good idea to wear full sleeve and glasses. I was wearing glasses earlier. I don't know what happened afterwards. Eye protection. I don't know what happened to it. So definitely respirator, eye protection, full sleeve, and gloves, and offing the power, I would say, are the safety measures that you should take when working on this or working in the attic, so that the elements don't hurt you. All right, so I really want to show the installation of the wires. So basically I ended up buying a junction box and connecting the wires in the junction box. I'm going to show that over here, and using those wing nuts to secure the wires together. So after the installation is done around the box, this is the junction box that I got from Home Depot or Lowe's. It's got punch outs. You could just punch them out, run the wires through it, and I know on both sides and secure it. I just didn't want to leave the wire hanging. Some people may do that, but I did not feel safe about leaving the wire hanging. It also comes with a door to close it. Those are the wing nuts you would use. So I did this without the camera, so I just want you to know that obviously the hot wire goes to the hot wire, and the neutral to neutral, ground to ground, and then you put the wing nuts and then you secure it. Here, after putting the insulation, I'm showing it's kind of pretty much all covered. Does not let any air in the from the attic come in. I think I should caulk it. Anyway, I turned the power back on. I'm plugging this in, and then I'm going to turn it on, and hopefully let me unmute this thing. So hopefully the fan should be able to pick up. Oh, here I do show you the wing nuts. So here I've connected the wires, and then we and put the wing nut, wrap them in wing nut, and you should test it out before you close it. So I believe I already tested it out. And this comes with a cover. Where's the cover? Come on, cover. Hello. Okay, there's the cover, which I believe I had to buy separately. I don't know. Or maybe this goes in the wall. I don't know, but it was like a couple of bucks for both of these. Anyway, so I covered it up, and I confirmed that it works. Now I'm going to be putting the cover back on, and you basically have these hanger things, these I don't know why I call them hanger things, maybe these spring things, and then they go inside the holes on both sides. You just squeeze them in, squeeze in, stick in, and that's it. That's how they get secured. Obviously, test it out that it works before you close everything up. And thanks for watching my video. Please like, please subscribe, please post any comments on it, any questions. Again, everything I bought, you could buy it at any home improvement store like Home Depot or Lowe's. I just wanted to show here how I put everything back together with the vents, and have the wires sticking out. And it's not part of, I didn't stick it underneath all the insulation, but I put all the insulation back together, and duct tape everywhere, so that everything looks nice and clean in the attic. Thank you very much for watching.